Apparently, you don't need 3 characters to play Nightreign. You only need 1, and doing it with 3 different characters, well, that sounds like dumb baby easy mode. That's why today we're going with only 1 character, the Recluse, and seeing if that really is the hard mode everyone's been talking about for Nightreign. This video is sponsored by Huel. If you want to join in these runs, follow us on Twitch. We're always playing with chat. It's the most fun way to do it. Join the Patreon to support the channel. Best place to do that. And you get to join the Discord so you can game with other Fortnite enthusiasts. And finally, check out Tulok the Card-Bearing if you like Magic the Gathering, and Tulok the Barbarian for more Tulok fun. The first camp gets absolutely bodied by Glintstone Arc. It's so good at clearing mobs. Rises are a nice fix for a bit of a problem we have with 3 witches. Obviously, you all knew I meant 3 witches when I said 1 character, right? Anyway, the problem being competition for loot. If all 3 people have the same stats, they'll all want the same loot, considering they're fighting the same boss. But Rises give everyone their own individual rewards, so it's fine. Against the Grave Warden Duelist, we employ one of the most important techniques of the run, kiting. Each of us just backs up in a different direction and plays dodge tank when the aggro lands on them. It lands on me a lot. We didn't even need to discuss it. It was just a reflex. What are we? Lulu from Final Fantasy X? Kinda. Up top of the Golem Cathedral, we grab some seals and promise to drop them for other witches. I lied. We didn't do that. One of them has Radagon's Rings of Light, which... that is the slowest fucking spell I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, it was effective damage. Lightning Spear, on the other hand, is pretty slow and whiffs so much. Let's try Blood Boon. It's fine. Starting to remember that I don't like spells very much. I'm sure it'll all be okay. Let's just imagine 3 witches in Fortnite. The Fort Knight is a bit of a struggle since he has a shield. What are we supposed to do to counter that? Get behind him and cast a spell. He turns around before the spells resolve. Since the castle got locked out of the storm, we didn't have great methods of getting experience, or spells are slower than weapons. No, right now it's just bad storm luck. So we dive into the Battle Mage camp while the storm closes in for one final boss of the night. Then discover the real issue with 3 witches. Oh fuck, we're gonna be terrible at rezzing. I am not totally sure why this is, but spells do nothing to res your allies. We're good at other things though. Holy shit. Lil bro getting cooked. It kind of seems like we're good against mobs and single targets that don't move, which actually does kind of bode well for the dog that turns itself into a mob. It doesn't sit still though. Into the Woods. What is this, a Broadway play? Let me sing a few bars from my favorite musical, Into the Woods. Oh wow, those are some woods. What if we went into them? Anyway, we grab our buffs. The Erdtree Avatar sucks. Rezzing is so bad, please do not make me res you. They're so bad at rezzing, dude. They're so bad at rezzing. You might also see level 8, what have we been doing? Going as fast as possible, but sometimes spells are slow. For each lightning spear I throw, I could probably get a couple R1s off with a weapon, maybe an R2, and the damage is comparable to 1 R1 hit. Our inventory is full to bursting with boost to our incantation damage, specifically charged incantations, which give an even bigger boost. And also, God, this shit misses so much. Okay, actually, this is a Blackblade Kindred. Half of our melee attacks would be whiffing too. We're gonna stay positive, we just got storm screwed this time. Recluse is obviously one of the stronger and more fun characters. I definitely didn't just enjoy her the first time I played because I hadn't seen how fun they made the melee characters.
I doubt it, but you never know.
More allies getting down because we have the vigor of a level 10 paper bag. Oh my god, everything one-shots me because we're level 10. Oh my god, am I hitting you with a dagger, dude? Are you kidding me? Holy sh! The hardest I have ever worked for a res in my life. I am so sorry, Lunar. Level 11 at the end of night 2 is bad, so we're gonna try and beat a magma worm in the storm. Staggering our ults is important since we need the lifelink to survive the storm. We're just kind of slow. Still love brewing concoctions, that's very fun. I just don't think it's good enough to justify having to cast spells. I guess we could try to use weapons, but with this vigor and endurance, I'm not doing that. Doggy time. One of our witches gets got immediately, and then a little later we get downed. Hey, that Rings of Light really shreds through though, when we can get it off. When there's 3 dogs, that's even better, provided we can get it off. Which we can, because I grabbed some stuff. That makes us less likely to be targeted. Sorry, everyone else. Surely this won't come back to bite me in a karmic way in future runs where I am the one who is targeted. In the end, we get it done. It just felt like we had to work really hard to do it. And it should be easy, just like it should be easy to eat healthy. And it is, with today's sponsor, Huel. That's right, gamers, this video is sponsored by Huel. Huel is complete nutrition delivered right to your tummy. It's protein, but it's also carbohydrates, essential fats, and fiber. When you drink a Huel, you're getting everything you need for your day to go well. You ever get up in the morning and you just don't want to make anything for breakfast? Huel goes into some cold water, you shake it up, you're done. You got a nice, delicious vanilla shake you can drink that'll give you the protein you need for your energy for the day, the carbs you need for the energy for your day, the fats for your brain, and the fiber for... it's for pooping. It's for pooping. Let's be adults here, it's for pooping. Huel also works with almost all dietary restrictions, being vegan and GMO free. I myself am not vegan, but I do try to avoid dairy because I'm lactose intolerant. Huel, easy. Put it in the cup, shake it up, drink it up, you're done. My personal favorite flavor is the vanilla. I've been making these vanilla protein shakes in the morning. They taste great next to a cup of coffee. To get started today, click the link in the description and enter offer code TMango15 at checkout for 15% off your order. Again, click the link in the description and enter offer code TMango15 for 15% off your order. Get started with Huel and get started with some complete nutrition. Now, let's do a completely witchy run.
I wish that I could wear hats without looking at you.
Kicking it off, please ignore the needle drop and the fact that someone in the party is wearing a hatless skin. We need poison, so let's check a list of our good poison spells.
There's nothing here!
Poison Mist is fine, I guess. It doesn't really have anything to do with our S-scaling casting stats. It's just a fart cloud. Poison Armament, I'm not using an armament, I'm using a stick and praying to God the stick has the good spells on it. Bad luck on the first Everjail, Onyx Lords resist magic pretty well. We're all stuck with the starting spells. Are there relics that change the starting spells? Maybe, but I don't have any. Or if I did, the other relics were better, but mostly I just don't think that there are. I think the guy in chat was just a liar, lying like a liar would, because people can't say, I like doing this because it looks neat, I have fun, and don't care if it's not good. They have to say, it's actually optimal and speedrunners use it. And if it's bad, it's a skill issue. You know, like liars. Because what do you mean you're speedrunning Nightreign? The nights are a fixed length. Oh, well, you can beat the Nightlords more quickly. Okay, what a terrible speed game. What's next? Speedrunning Guitar Hero by going through the character select the fastest, then spending the same 4 hours playing the same songs as every other run? God, at least that one you could reset quickly since the only variable is your menu time. Also, I looked up, Recluse is on the speedrun team. 1 Recluse, looking for 4 spells out of like hundreds? I gotta stop doing this, but the optimizers are miserable chat interactions. They're not technically breaking any rules, but they just bum me out. Walking into my restaurant that serves oops all recluses with chat and giving unsolicited advice because they watched guy who is good at game optimizes game. Hey, look at that. We're doing bad on night 1 again at only level 8. What happened? Well, everything was slower again. Maybe not a lot slower, but like 20% slower, that kind of matters. Night Comet seems like it got nerfed to shit, which I mean, fair. It was too good in vanilla, but now it sucks. I think the real killer is just the low vigor and the extreme difficulty for rezzing, because every res takes forever. Spells are slower than hitting and don't have the same res power for some reason. You have to lock on to a downed ally to get them up, meaning you can't watch the boss and probably probably get domed while you're rezzing. Locking on is mandatory, considering how absolutely terrible the aiming of spells is without it. Without a weapon, it's easy to not lock on and kind of turn the camera so you can see the boss while you're flailing in the general direction. But here, you won't hit the person on the ground. The spell will aim it while you're locked onto. It's rough. It's miserable. God, I hope they buff the amount of healing spells due to grounded allies. It's just unfun. Magic Cocktail is very fun though. We have a Poison Reaper. It looks neat. I mean, that's gonna look stylish as fuck. That looks stylish as fuck. I'm not denying that looks stylish as fuck. Also doesn't help that the party gets split up in the town. Not sure where the rest of the gang were going, but we're fighting a headless troll solo at level 9 with no time because it was super slow running over here. I don't know how to do it faster. Like, we're hitting the spell button as fast as we can. It's not like I'm standing around with my thumb in my ass on stream. That's a different stream on a different website. I guess maybe the move is letting downed allies just die, but that doesn't seem great. We need all the extra levels we can get. From Astel, we get a loose stat staff, which has Stars of Ruin, absolutely nutty spell, one of the 4 spells that speedrunners are looking for. That'll kind of carry us. It's so damn good when the enemy is hit with an ult. Someone else has Rancor Call, another one of the 2 spells people are looking for, so we're pretty set up at this point. Just took us a minute to get there, and then overconfidence. Do we have time for Loretta? She resists the damage types we have pretty well. But I'm greedy. Oh, Renala's? Let's go. Alright, I think we gotta bail on this plan, y'all. I think we gotta bail on it. Sorry, Mena. I don't think we can get in there and save you. Yeah, DPS check failed. We'll get him next time. Outland Commander Nile gets rocked. Okay, I feel like my spacing there was fucking immaculate. I want to point out my fucking immaculate spacing. My continued immaculate spacing. Yeah, so I'm actually going to use the Scythe against Adele. It has poison on it, and that's good against Adele. I like when a boss stands still. It helps my friends do the real DPS. Everyone gets smoked by the dive bomb. Mena is alive and hits their ult to keep us alive. We return the favor, then try to res Edda. Hello! Okay, maybe we just need to buff rezzing hitboxes in general too. This is ridiculous. Personally, I think they just made it worse because I'm playing Recluse, and I have to say spells are bad, so Ishizaki and Miyazaki change my copies of the game so that spells work worse for me, and everyone else disagrees. I get into tank. Yeah, I'm tanking. Clutch stance break, y'all. Clutch stance break. Oh! Okay. Yeah, ending with getting grabbed as bait and then dropping down. It's a classic move.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Time for bugs that resist magic damage. Uh-oh.
And I wonder, Bo Weaver, why don't you get out of your home?
Not enough Pusa needle drops here. There's one presidents of the United States I respect, and it's because they fused basses and guitars together to make a truly unique sound. Shocker, this run we have 3 Recluses, who could have guessed? Glintstone Arc is great against the Guardian Golem at the top of the tower with hitboxes that tap the toes. Nox Warriors are a little rougher, but not bad. One of our witches has the Wraith Calling Bell from the start. I love that they made that kinda goated. We don't have room on our relics for it. Shut up. Frenzy takes over the sky, and I've never seen that before. Okay, I guess that means a Sauron tower has spawned. We get a free Flame of Frenzy seal. Hey, that's fire damage. Would really prefer if the standard spell was Frenzied Burst instead of Flame of Frenzy, but beggars can't be choosers. A quick Grafted Scion gives us Rancor Call, one of the best spells you can get, and it's standard on the Prince of Death's staff. Kinda makes trolls go a little better. Also, with a ranged option, you can just kinda hide in the doorway from the bridge troll. That's a nice move. Getting juggled is never fun. Spells are a little slow, and when there's a bunch of ads, it can be hard to get them off. Maybe I should just stick to Glintstone Arc for crowds. It is kind of good at that. Loretta up top is also not ideal. I like the fight, but her magic resistance is really high, and she can kind of just jump you while you're trying to cast your spells, which becomes problematic, meaning all of us get down then we take forever to get each other up, we have to bail, and fight O'Neill for the boss of Night 1. We get a bonus to our damage after blood loss, I believe, that will stack with our relic. Listen up, relic perverts, we got relic chat here. We have a relic on our ult that inflicts blood loss and boosts our damage. A lot of the damage boosts are just for physical though, so I'm hoping this one also works for magic damage. Come to think of it, I actually don't know that the other one also works for magic damage. I think it does though. It'd be really fucked up if it did. Coming back to Loretta at level 10, it doesn't go much better. A lot of her attacks are just one-shots. The ones that aren't are followed up with tiny pings from glint blades or star showers. Not a great boss for oops all recluses. Oh, also the ult makes you invincible while you're doing it, but it doesn't give you control of your character back the second your iframes go away. And a lot of times the ult will draw aggro from the damage, meaning you get targeted and smacked right out of it. Got a little salty here. We won't show the crash out. I'd put it at a 7 on the 10 scale. I mean, you can see it up in the corner. Streamphil was having a bad time. Heightened by the relic perverts in chat. If you want to tell me about relic optimization, a mechanic that is based around random drops, I want you to randomly drop down a flight of stairs. Anyway, Magma Worm at the bottom of the crater. We beat it, then max out our Frenzy Flame Seal, which I just now noticed has Poison Mist as the second spell. Big oofs. I do believe that makes it the strongest seal in the game. Erdtree Seal at gold might be better. I would guess purple seals are the move. Testing that Frenzy Shotgun, it's I don't like this spell. It's slow, aiming it sucks. You need to be far away enough that the beams can count as separate hitboxes. Locking on is bad. You need to unlock and aim at the enemy's feet so they all butt chop separately, I guess. I miss R1. Next week we'll do R1 again. That'll be great. After floundering against some cavalry, we make it through and get a boost to our art charging speed. I think that was the ult one. If it wasn't, that was a waste. Bug time. Immediately start off with an ult that draws aggro and nearly gets us killed so that later we can get fully killed. Hitting the moth with the frenzy spell that isn't the sniper just doesn't work. Trying to make it work against the scorpion gets us stomped, so what the hell? Let's just use magic against the magic resistant moth and get grabbed. I know getting grabbed is annoying, but I think the grab here is neat. I like Noster. Like this wasn't fun. I still like Noster. Phase 2, we get a boost from the rallying standard that nobody can capitalize on because the boss is too far away to punish. Then pop an ult and then get hit with a Death Star nuke before we can dodge. This is going great. Try swapping back to the frenzy shotgun. It sucks. Iris is left alone while Salami and I are stuck on the ground. Iris is kind of goated as Recluse. This run, Iris is goated as Recluse, but there's a future run. Oh boy. She pops the ult to res us while we're down to no flasks, low health, but we have a secret tool. A weapon. The commander's standard lets us get both party members back up. At this point, I'm just going for the frenzy shot, I guess, and that's enough. We clutch it out right at the end, but that was the most stressful Noster fight of my life. Things will at least go smoothly against Maris, surely. Let's check in on this run at the end. Yo, I'm gonna use a fucking curved sword against Fulgor as this fucking witch. As a goddamn twink-ass spellcaster, little baby boy HP bar ain't no endurance to my name. Ain't no damage resistance to my name. And I have to hit my fucking lightning scimitar attack. Fucking level 12 looking ass. 'Cause we're not doing shit. We ain't doing shit quickly here. Okay, so first of all, Phil, this was a Maris run, but you don't know because we don't make it there. Okay, well, at least it can't get worse. Boss of the night is a Falling Star Beast. It knocks out Nocti right away, and then puts full aggro on me for a while. Salami should be able to get the res on Nocti, but are we trying to res each other? Did we just quit? He's bugged and can't be revived. Oh. Well, that's lovely. Yep, little bug in the game. Nocti couldn't be rezzed, which means it's two of us against a Falling Star Beast with the slowest res speed of any character by a country mile. Hit my ult for the res and get hit before I can dodge, so now I am down to 3 bars. But I had a Wending Grace. Wait for the ult to charge, then hit the button for the iframes. It didn't come out, so we lost. That's one of the runs we're not showing. Don't even make it to Maris. Not Fulgor like Streamphil thought it was. Anyway, here's the real Maris run.
Fear asleep.
No lightning on the map, but hey, who needs it? I'm sure we'll find something somewhere. Everyone struggles to beat the Lordsworn Captain because he has a shield. Whoops. Oh well, Godskin Noble in the Everjail. We already have Rancor Call from the staff in Fort Height, so now we're doing quite well. It's so wild how differently a run can go when you get a good spell versus a run where you don't get any good spells. I will always love carving up the Oracle Envoys with Glintstone Arc. No lightning on those seals though, keep fishing I guess. Star Shower ends up being our go-to spell for a little bit. It's a little bit faster than Rancor Call, and that's important because of things like the Banished Knights. It's pretty funny that they can't clear the moat in front of the castle. The other two witches didn't get that memo and just dive in. That's their choice. If Recluse had the right to choose, this whole game wouldn't exist. Finally, find a seal with Lightning Strike, a lightning spell that I don't like.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
Yeah, that's right, Fry. Nobody will be shocked because this spell misses all the goddamn time. It's fine. There's a golden hippo near the edge of the storm. We fully greed into it, and then double greed into the Everjail. I don't even care. We don't even start it until the storm is covering it. Beastly Brigade gets washed by our AoE ult, and the lifelink makes it so we don't really lose that much health in the storm. Completely unpunished. Wormface gets cooked by the Black Flame, and we head to the castle. This is the part of the run where Streamfill forgets he has Lightning Bolt on a seal. Whoops. I mean, it's not like I would use it during the rest of the run. When Black Flame Ball or Star Shower is an option, someone else on the squad has lightning. That's good news. Down to the crater, we continue to be bad at jumping on flame chariots, and then finally notice we have Lightning Strike before the Magma Worm. I'm sorry. What? Is Lightning Strike a bad spell? Doesn't seem like a great one. Oh look, it's the only move he knows how to do. Did those all miss? When it hits, it does alright, and you can spam multiples after charging up the first one. Also, bumping it up to Legendary actually makes things go smoother. Against this Falling Star Beast, something weird happens. I misclicked and did Garonk's Beast Claw as it was charging. It got an instant stance break? What? Second Wending Grace won't complain about that. Let's test Lightning Strike against some demi-humans. That damage seems pretty darn good. Making it Legendary was a good call. Godskins are the boss of the night, and we just sort of pocket sand them. But it's Legendary Pocket Sand. With 3 Recluses, it's also Pocket Sand with Lifelink. Once it's an Apostle, we swap back to Lightning Bolt and clear things up. It's working great, and to make it even better, we get Lightning Dodge. Mirrors with a Lightning option goes pretty smoothly. Zaps all around, we really just run out of stamina from all the running. Recluse 100% walked the mile in gym class for 2 reasons. 1, she's goth, and 2 other reasons. I haven't been shy about my disdain for Libra. His name is too close to library. Libraries are where the nerds hung out in high school that bullied me for being too athletic and confident. There's a lot of frenzy camps on this map, which means we can waste our time fighting trolls that don't drop anything related to frenzy. I've been getting better at rises. The key, for those who aren't good, is to have 2 other people playing who know how to unlock the rises. Remember that new thing that happens where Sauron shows up that I'd never seen before? Well, it happened this time. I'm gonna go for stamina. Oh, and less likely to be targeted? Let's go. Y'all can fucking tank. I ain't doing shit. Honestly, so blessed. After finishing the second stream, I realized why I was so bummed out in the first one. Couple things. First, you just need to carry a weapon to res people, which does suck because Recluse is so bad at using weapons, and locking a slot down just so you can do CPR is whack. Technically, didn't learn this lesson from the Recluse streams, learned it from the Revenant streams I'd done for next week's video. But secondly, and this is so crucial, witches need luck. You really need luck for good spells, because with weapons, you just need reach or attack speed to compensate for that lack of reach. Well over half the weapons in the game fill those requirements. FromSoft likes making the big hit sticks. For spells, it's hard to say which ones are good. Most staves and seals have something usable guaranteed in the R1 slot, but that usable is in heavy air quotes depending on the enemy resistances. Outland Commander for Night 1, no problem, his resistances aren't a big deal. It's like we were made for this. Like, don't love using Flame of Frenzy. For anything that isn't weak to Frenzy, it just ain't my bag, it's too slow. So we're using the Crystal SMG against the Beastmen, and it works fine. Trolls in the castle, what else is new? Kinda funny to hit them with the Frenzy spell, considering that just makes them a different boss, even though they aren't susceptible to Frenzy. In the basement, hell yeah, Etta! Did you know you can heal the Royal Revenant to do damage to the Royal Revenant? Beating that gives us the Graven School Talisman, pretty goated on Recluse, not gonna lie. Nocti and Etta are doing so well, they beat the boss up top while I finish off the trolls. Or, trolls suck so hard our teammates can clear an actual boss in the time it takes us to kill 2 trolls, pick your poison. Comet Azure on a staff, that's something. Not as good as a Lustat staff with Stars of Ruin though, that's goated. Even against normal annoying bosses like the Black Blade Kindred. That's pretty good damage. That's pretty good damage. Stand still. Did not stand still. That's fine. There is a dead Recluse on the ground by the final night boss, which means we can pick her body clean for more intelligence. Then a Deathrite bird. Don't move. I am not afraid of anything. Libra offers us better status resistance for a little stamina. Boy, didn't have any to begin with. You're subtracting from 0, which if I'm remembering the math I learned at the fake art college the government shut down for fraud, subtracting from 0 is impossible. We're on frenzy duty, just getting in there and blasting his ass. Sometimes it's too slow, and despite starting to cast it, he can get a glyph set up on the ground and hit us before the spell resolves. Damn, what do these spells have, suspend or something? Someone else has that relic that gives you Terra Magica for free, so eventually we just stand in that and spam Stars of Ruin. You know what? At this point, he's not getting madness again. Might as well just spam the super sorcery. End it with a trade, and hey, easy! Easy! I think that's the smoothest run we've had yet. Let's find some lightning.
Carry me in. Carry me in.
No lightning on the map. Oh well, nobody ever accused me of having good luck, probably because it's not a crime, but I'm not great with probability because that's luck-based. Also, today the game is letting me dodge after my ult again. Don't know why that wasn't allowed during the first stream, but hey, I'll take it. Banished Knights in the castle, probably my personal favorite. I know Crucibles pay more, but their shields are annoying. I also know Banished Knights have shields too, but they are less annoying shields. They aren't as girthy. Knights Cavalry as the boss for Night 1. At some point, we made a Libra deal, but if you get downed, that one breaks. Should have read the fine print, I guess. Oh well, still doing fine other than the lack of lightning and not liking any of our spells. The reward for the cavalry also isn't great. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing. Draconic Tree Sentinel up top kind of wrecks the whole party. Low health is tough against this dude. Even his stray hits hit like other bosses' strongest stuff, which means brutal rezzing cycles because we haven't learned the lesson to put a weapon in the offhand. Even something like Ghost Flame Explosion takes a week and a half to get out, then does nothing.
Little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of healing.
We eventually clear it and just have to find some other bosses in the field to level up. Deathrite Bird. When we're all magic builds. Oh, someone's got a Wraith Calling Bell. Okay, good. Love that they made Wraith Calling Bell good. Wish I had a relic that gave me that, and also any second thing. An Azure Staff gives us a combo for Comet Azure and Terra Magica, which would be lovely if Comet Azure wasn't just a meme. It's even easier to get unlimited FP as Recluse than it is in vanilla. You can hit your ult to recover magic as you deal damage to an enemy. There are concoctions made of holy and magic that give you unlimited magic. This just misses though. Yeah, not going great. We're level 13 for Nile and don't have any flasks, kinda just die. Here's a pro tip though, if you're not very good, have 2 people in your team who are very good. We get a Wending Grace, so maybe the horse won't just flatten us.
I doubt it, but you never know.
Yeah, no other way to put it here. We get flattened. Our only lightning option is a Dragon Halberd with C Dex and D Strength scaling. That's not good. Okay, well let's hit Azure while he's standing still. Right above his fucking head. Right above his fucking head. He's standing still, but right above his fucking head. What a fucking piece of garbage. What absolute dog shit. Yeah, we don't have anything good for this fight. Not really even any of the good blue beam sorceries. So Iris and Consort Phil get to fight Fulgore in super mode the whole time while we crawl around. Supercharged again. What hit him? Now it's just Iris until our Wending Grace pops when she dies. Or should I say, if she dies.
If is good.
She actually does make it back to res the other Phil, but with 3 bars on our meter, I'm not coming back. Then she just soloed the guy. Fuck it. We count those. Thanks, Iris. Let's go! Teamwork! At least Caligo's weak to fire. That's on pretty much every map. Hey, look, there's actually fucking fire on the map. I wonder if we'll do better. Because we get the element the boss is weak to. Immediately get a crystal staff with rock sling and start slinging those rocks. It's one of the few spells that puts in the stance pressure work of a great or colossal weapon. God bless us. In vanilla, I think it's kinda mid, but if you got 2 other people fighting the boss to do damage and tank aggro, you can effectively stand back and be a pressure engine. We also get a black flame seal, and boy, they really hobbled this sucker, huh? I get that they had to, but oof. Speaking of oof, what if you wanted to just go to an Everjail, but a bell-bearing hunter next to it said no? Ends up being fine. He teleports back to where he was supposed to be, and we go on to fight 2 bears. There's a joke to be made about 3 recluses fighting 2 bears, but I'm too cishet to make it. Make it in the comments. Even against the ulcerated tree spirit, a boss weak to magic, black flame kinda mid now. Or we're level 6. But we're level 6 because that spell is mid. Day 2. We start off right next to the castle, and it's trolls again. I know I don't like unsolicited advice, but now I'm soliciting advice. If there is something I am doing in this game to make the trolls show up so often, please let me know. Magma Worm up top is at least a little better for our build. We can throw rocks at it. Throwing rocks is pretty chill. Maybe not the most fun, but it's honest work. Since we forget to swap to mountain, it's just a bunch of cleanup at this point. Finding places on the map, throwing rocks at people in those places, and setting up for a fight with Dancer. Little Dark Souls 3 boss, you didn't know how many rocks would be in the next game. She still has some sauce though. Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit! It's so comedically terrible. Alright, big dragon, hope you're ready to get hit with some fire.
Miss! Miss! Miss!
Yeah, the tracking on those fireballs is leaving a little to be desired. Black flame is percentile though, so fudge it, let's hit the toes, then switch it up and try nutting. Nutting seems to be kinda ass too. Time to bust out old reliable, throwing rocks. Yeah, the rocks have way better tracking. They have an amount of tracking. It gets us a stance break, throw a few more rocks, we get a big W. Time to fight our son.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my...
Whoops, Phil promised to do a media literacy section in the second series of videos, but got too busy and hasn't had time to dive into the story of the game. Dog, it is so hard to maintain a video per week while adding an apartment move and 2 different conventions in the span of 30 days. Did you cancel the Magic the Gathering series? No. I am tired. Those videos aren't profitable yet, so we gotta make the ones that get us paid first. Still loving Nightreign, don't get me wrong, I just don't have time for anything else. Will I eventually finish Claire Obscura, a 40-hour game that I streamed an hour of one time? Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 2, when? Where's the D&D homebrew series? Did Welcome to Elden Ring get canceled? Every video is a pilot. I'm generous enough to give them a few episodes to pick up viewership, but hey y'all, our little team TV network here has employees and they gotta get paid, so we'll go back to trying new stuff eventually, but right now it's like, damn, we need to get some dinner on the plate or the families will starve. Anytime you want a video to jump ahead in priority, you can commission it. People do that sometimes. It's fun. I like that a lot. Or in general, just support the Patreon. We currently are at Phil pays his rent, car payment, and editors with enough money left over for food and a few magic cards. We have not hit Phil can take more than 3 days off without getting a stress ulcer. That would be pretty neat. Speaking of stress ulcers, it's trolls again, which means 4 of our 8 runs were trolls. It's better than 5 of 8 with Duchess, but substantially more than the average of 2.6 of 8 that it should be. We should be seeing between 2 and 3 trolls on average. What the hell is happening? Might not be a bad idea to just grab a healing spell if I can for Royal Revenants, and also for healing. There are just enough graces. I think it's fine. Revenants can be handled pretty easily without the cheese. We're looking for Holy. There's an invasion church that should have exactly what we need. Kinda forgot how buffed the bosses get with an invasion though, so we get a little bubbled by the bubble buddies. Between the 3 seals in the Holy Church, the boss drop, and the invader drop, we get no holy spells. Did I walk under a ladder at some point, or break a mirror, or prepare to testify about someone's flight history? Why am I so unlucky? Loretta in the woods. I think we're all still using mostly magic damage, but she's easy enough, and we're level 9 at this point. We do have good magic spells at least, for the Prince of Death's Staff hooking us up with Rancor Call and Stars of Ruin. Down to the crater. Apparently, Hollister isn't super resistant to magic. We'd just be missing out on some stun, but then someone in the party drops the Golden Order seal for us. That's nice. Now we have a perfect holy option. And also, get good at the flame chariots again. That's so nice. Isn't that nice? The magma worm at the bottom only knows one move, charge. That's easy enough to avoid by backstepping, and we can spam ranged attacks. And then we get a maxed out Dix of Light as our reward. Draconic Tree Sentinel and the Cavalrymen. The big one stands still to be azurred by someone else. The other ones are melted pretty quickly with Rancor Call. If 2 recluses get together to make a Hollister, then 3 should be able to take him out. That's just basic math. Dix of Light is a solid all-around spell. It deals damage, it has a fast fire rate. I like it. Wish you could walk while casting it, but nothing's perfect when you're casting spells. Oh well, still makes the fight go nice and smooth. Hollister has been defeated. Long live Hot Topic. Overall, running 3 witches is not recommended. The party needs a tank, and 3 witches do not give you a tank, no matter how many resistances you grab as you run through the world. I definitely still think using Recluse is more fun than using spells in vanilla, but I mean, your boy hated using spells in vanilla. Like, one of the reasons we tried the variety swap is I did a spell run that pissed me off so much I just quit playing the game. So it's not really that great. It's just an upgrade from being so bad I am willing to take a financial risk to avoid it, because that's what the variety pivot was. And yeah, wish the variety stuff did better still, but hey, I like Nightreign. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We're making new videos all the time. Follow us on Twitch if you want to join in on these runs. We've still got all of the other Nightfarers to go, other than Revenant, which is already done for next week. Join the Patreon to support the channel. It's the best place to do it, and you can join the Discord where people are logging in to play games in Nightreign together. The chat is almost always busy with some people playing, so you should be able to find people pretty quick, at least if you're on PC. And finally, check out Tulok the Cardbarian. We are still making some Magic the Gathering videos, and Tulok the Barbarian. We're back to making D&D videos. They just come out a little slower because, you know, they don't pay the bills. So go check those out, support them, help them grow, and then I can make more of them more faster. Bye!